What up guys, Kevin here. So do you remember once upon a time when Xbox announced they were buying Activision Blizzard? And instead of, there was some freak out from the PlayStation fanboys, but after a day or so, they went, hey, this will be great. Sony will have to make their own Call of Duty. They will have to bring back SOCOM. They will have to bring back Killzone. Remember that good old time? Remember those times when things were a little bit more sane? It was, all right, Xbox is going to get it. Time to move on from Call of Duty. Even back then it was like, yeah, they're going to make it exclusive. You name it. And everybody was fine with that. Xbox was like, sweet, we're going to get Call of Duty on Game Pass. And even though it was still announced that it was going to come to PlayStation. And the PlayStation fanboys were like, sweet. Cool. PlayStation has to wake up and make their own version of Call of Duty. We win too. I would say PlayStation wins even more because they're still going to get Call of Duty plus whatever they're going to make. And people keep forgetting Deviation, they came from Call of Duty. They're probably making something. So now it comes out today. Microsoft tells Sony to make its own Call of Duty. Did they really tell Sony that, or was it the CMA? So Microsoft might be offering to share Call of Duty for a time, but ultimately it wants the series for itself. Where does it say that? This is from thegamer.com. It's just all over the internet today. And I'm only making a video, man, because I've seen people go, holy crap, shit has hit the fan with this comment, mainly from MBG. I watched his stream Sony, can you guys give MBG a showcase? I feel bad. He's such a nice guy. I like MBG. I know he's Team PlayStation, but he seems like a really nice dude. Please give him a showcase. All right. Microsoft is hitting back against Sony's claims that Call of Duty can't be replaced, telling its competitor to just make its own series. This comes as Microsoft says that the 10 years of multi-gen Call of Duty releases give Sony more than enough time to make up for the loss, developing its own online shooter to compete with the gaming behemoth. I don't think it was... Who wrote this? Rhiannon Bevan? I don't think this is right. No, they told the CMA. They didn't tell Sony this. And they didn't say to compete. Alternatives don't mean competing. It just means, hey, I want to play something like Call of Duty. Here's something like Call of Duty. It's not going to compete with it. Sony has previously suggested that this would not be possible, even trashing Battlefield in the process. That was beautiful. He threw Battlefield under the bus, since it would be the closest thing it had to Call of Duty should it go Xbox exclusive. This also suggests that Xbox is switching strategies, going from promise to share Call of Duty to saying PlayStation should simply develop its own game. Microsoft considers that a period of 10 years is sufficient for Sony as a leading publisher and console platform to develop alternatives to COD, says Microsoft, providing evidence to the Competition and Markets Authority in the UK. Microsoft's testimony also says that the 10-year deal it's putting on the table will extend into the next console generation. However, it's not clear if the games that are released during this time frame will remain on rival storefronts or be delisted as soon as the deal expires. Games downloaded in the final year of the deal can continue to be played for the lifetime of that console. The statement reads, possibly hinting that the games will have to be installed to be played after that date. What do we got? We got a PT. We got a playable teaser. Silent Hill thing going on here. What? Who? All right. Where are they coming up with this stuff? In any case, that's Microsoft putting its cards on the table. It's willing to offer a decade of Call of Duty, but nothing beyond that. It will be up to the CMA to decide if Sony gives enough time to make up for the competitive edge of Call of Duty. All right, here's the thing. This is in response to PlayStation being all, oh my God, you're taking Call of Duty from us. They're not taking Call of Duty from them. This is in response to just that noise that they're providing to the CMA. Hey, even if this were to be true, they have 10 years to make their own Call of Duty. Alternatives, not competition, alternatives. At least from everywhere else I read. Meaning not to compete, meaning, hey, you want this type of gameplay, you have 10 years. It's plenty of time. But look, Sony abandoned first party. They've gone to their formula of third party over the shoulder movie-like video games. When I say movie-like, just very cinematic. And that's on them that they've abandoned it. I mean, it works out well for them. I mean, God of War sold well. Spider-Man 2 is going to sell well. I'll have a video on that in a minute. But yeah, I can't see what's really. Here's the thing. Sony can be nervous. They can be scared. But they can't play doomsday scenario without evidence backing it up. And there's no evidence of Xbox doing anything. The worst they did, I guess, was they bought Bethesda and made Starfield exclusive when Starfield wasn't announced for PlayStation. It just wasn't. The only thing, we got like a JPEG that they were making Starfield. That was it. That was it. Yeah, I can't think of anything that Xbox has bought, and they have Minecraft to go by, where not only Minecraft is still available for purchase for PlayStation, I believe 4. I don't think there is a next-gen version yet. But Minecraft Legends and Dungeons, completely under Microsoft, still launched on PlayStation. So, I mean, if I'm a PlayStation fanboy, I'd be like, yes, make your own Call of Duty. Because either we don't have it, and we have whatever you make, or we have whatever you make plus Call of Duty, because they're probably going to keep it there. This is what's going to happen. I see people like, well, why don't you just do 20 years? Why don't you do 30 years? Why not? We just saw PlayStation. We're reading PlayStation wanting to do NFTs. They got patents for it. What if they go NFTs and they just tank the business? And then they got like a skeleton of what PlayStation used to be. PlayStation 6 is the Ouya of consoles. And Xbox is like, man, I don't want to make... God, I still got to make Call of Duty for the PlayStation 6 that's going to sell like 5 copies. We don't want to do that. That's what they're trying to protect against. That's why nobody does forever deals. It's not like just Microsoft is doing this. They said it was crazy to do even 3-year deals. Here they're going to do a 10-year deal with everybody. Well into PlayStation. That's going to be... PlayStation 6 is going to... I mean, a 10-year deal, I mean, right now it would be 2033. We would be probably at least 5 years into next generation. So not only this generation, but pretty much all of next generation, they're going to have Call of Duty. You want to do like 20 years? No, you're on like, what, PlayStation 8 by then. Yeah, Sony's just being stupid. And I'm not trying to say that they can't just sit there and take it. Like, all right, go ahead and have it. But, you know, they just play extremely dumb. And all Xbox is doing here is replying to the CMA. Whatever CMA has put out, they are only just very narrowly sticking to that. Sticking to what is coming up from what the regulators and is charging Xbox of what they could do. And Xbox is just like, okay, sure, we can play out this hypothetical that if it happens, even though it's not because we got these 10-year deals, but PlayStation doesn't want to sign it. Well, they got 10 years to do it. It's not like tomorrow Call of Duty's gone. And Call of Duty leaving, they're going to take it from the PlayStation store? No, let's not be dumb. And again, it's just like, what if, I don't know, PlayStation VR just takes off and then PS6 is a PlayStation VR console? I mean, they would have to support it, right? You know, I think Xbox is getting a little bit deep waters with these 10-year deals because they're going to have to support the next Nintendo Switch or whatever it is, which I assume they probably have an idea what that's going to look like. But same with the PS6. What if the specs are just so far out there and they have to put Call of Duty on it? And that just creates issues developing the game of itself. Even this whole, like, they got to hire a third party to make sure there's no bugs or something before they can even launch the game. I don't know. I think Xbox is getting a little bit of trouble there, but because we know what's going to happen. You know what's going to happen. Either the PlayStation 6 or the next Nintendo console is going to have some weird thing with it, and it's going to make the game it's going to present some bug, and then someone's going to be like, oh nope, you can't launch it, you can't launch it until you fix it. I don't know. Call of Duty might be a very delayed game at that point, but yeah, I mean, all the outrage for this is just dumb. It's just Xbox responding to the CMA of what Sony could do instead of whining about it. If they're so worried about it, and they have nothing to be worried about. They have nothing to be worried about. And just everyone, all the YouTubers going, oh my God, can you believe Xbox said this? See, they're showing their true colors. No, they said from day one they want to keep the game on PlayStation. It doesn't make sense for them financially. I mean, hey, the 10 years is about to be up on Minecraft, even though there was no 10-year deal. Let's see what happens there. Let's see Xbox pull Minecraft. Then I would be like, okay, Sony, maybe you got something to worry about. All right, that's my thoughts on this. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll talk to you later. Later.